kind of pick war between both of these players. You might see Dabuz opt for Dreamland if he loses game 1. And then if ZeRo bans it, he might opt for a different stage. But right now, look at this. Dabuz actually opening up pretty big with the up throw to jab combos.
Dabuz is playing immaculately this tournament. He already has told us before that the only game that he dropped was to Mewtwo King. Everyone else didn't even come close to taking a game. That's what he had told me. I'm not sure if that's true, but Dabuz is on fire. If there was ever a time for him to dethrone ZeRo, it would be right now.
Oh, this is it. The whole world is watching. And nice forward throw right there. And this is the scary thing about Dabuz. Every time you get a grab on him and you try to combo Dabuz, he will sneak in with that Luma and he'll just break up your combo.
As I was playing friendlies with him at home, I can tell he has a lot more control of Luma, and many people think that KOing Luma will make him, you know, harder or easier. I believe that without Luma, he's actually just as difficult because he understands the disadvantage that he has, but ZeRo taking advantage of the fact that there's nothing to stop him from back airing him across the stage, and Dabuz using every defensive option to get Luma back.
All right, and right now we have ZeRo just trying to see if he can use the needles to his advantage in this matchup. And I see how Dabuz just put Luma out there. Whenever he presses B and just pushes Luma out there, sometimes he rolls around the Luma, and you'll think, hey, I can punish Dabuz for rolling. But Luma is just hanging right out there, waiting to help out when Dabuz needs him. I love how Dabuz also uses that down tilt. It lowers Rosalina's hurt box, and then you just have a hitbox that just shoots forward, making it hard to approach her.
I think that right now, what Dabuz has absolute stage control, and he understands that, again, 143, a lot of things will KO Sheik, and that'll be the first stock. What an incredible display by Dabuz. Such a dominant level of defense that he has with Rosalina. That is just so impressive. I know that this matchup can be tedious, and Sheik is very difficult looking for the air dodge, but Dabuz taking the safe floaty option, knowing that it takes him a long time to get down. Throwing him away, getting Luma again.
Yeah, that was a really good drift right there by Dabuz, mixing up how he lands on the ground. This might be trouble. Okay, ZeRo has to be careful right here. Luma basically just taking all those hits. Yeah, that's a ride or die right there. Okay, he has those techs.
How smart that was that he waited down there with his projectile absorb just to have a little more time to see what ZeRo might do.
Oh, and ZeRo just a hair off, almost getting that opportunity to stage spike, potentially ZeRo.
35% of extra credit is going to prove to actually be pretty substantial, but there goes the first stock. Dabuz is readjusting his glasses. He came here to win, and he's not going to let a little, KO get him down. 35% on ZeRo, 12% on Dabuz. I hope to see Dabuz continue with his dominant play style. But remember, ZeRo, like you said, results speak for themselves.
That's it. Right now, good stuff. You see ZeRo just snuck in behind Rosalina, but with that fair approach. Dabuz is going to have to keep his eyes open for that. Okay, inflicting a lot of damage on Luma. And you saw how ZeRo actually uses double jump just to stay away from Luma.
And ZeRo, it looks like he found the rhythm. It looks like he found the rhythm to this song that is Dabuz. Incredible level of play and adaptation. Dabuz finding it a little bit difficult to land again. Ooh, using up air with a desynced Luma to hit him instead of being punished. Luma being the real MVP here, taking a slight hit. Luma's HP is pretty low. I think that,
Oh, that actually would have been really bad.
And that's going to be game 1. ZeRo popping off.
Alrighty, so ZeRo, that I won't even say that was convincing. The game went back and forth. Dabuz taking the first stock, getting a lot of power shields on ZeRo's approaches to in the beginning with the fair. Yeah, I was almost led to believe that Dabuz had his number.
And the thing is, I think he still does. Taking the first stock is still, to me, a big deal. ZeRo's always the one, two-stocking and being so dominant. Now we just saw Dabuz may have figured something out that he wasn't able to, express the entire time. But now that he has his counter pick, a stage that he's more comfortable with, we'll see if he's able to exploit that again.
And here's the patient play we have. ZeRo just trying to see if he can carry Dabuz off stage by mixing up his DI, allowing him to land on the platforms and get right back in neutral. Another opportunity. Oh, okay, so what you just saw right there was an attack from Luma that actually clanked. But regardless, ZeRo swats Luma off, and now he has to capitalize on this opportunity. A double up air, not quite the end of the stock yet.
Lord have mercy on my soul. I've never held my breath for that long. I really felt that up air might have been the double up air, but it wasn't. 87% on Rosalina Luma. As soon as Rosalina gets to about 110, 120, it's going to be very difficult for Sheik to get some guaranteed follow-ups. But a very patient play will net ZeRo complete stage control. Even with Luma there, ZeRo is showing that he has absolute control of the stage, but answering back is Dabuz, trying to make him shy away with back air. Maybe beating out some fear options, but I don't think that ZeRo has those. Another back throw.
I have to say, man, it's really crazy how Sheik has that great option of approaching with a safe fair and getting rid of Luma whenever Dabuz's back is to the edge. He's always gonna use that in this matchup just to give him the slight edge. And here's another opportunity for the up air. Dabuz managing to double jump out at the last second.
Oh. I know how stressful it is to maneuver around Sheik, but especially with a big character like Rosalina, it's not easy in an up smash.
Yep. Coupled with the rage, that's gonna be a loss of a stock.
Was that even with Luma? I think it was just Rosalina that hit.
Yeah, I didn't hear the double hit at all. Okay, so we have the down tilt to up air, ending that stock. It is one stock apiece here between both of these players. Okay, you see ZeRo just trying to make sure he can stay away from the jabs. Rosalina is really good at building a wall, just standing there. A lot of other characters tend to set up walls just like, with projectiles and even like their aerials, but Rosalina could just stand there with the Luma. Getting the knockdown with that back air too.
And that really means a lot. The time that it takes for someone to get up and even being able to see their option in ZeRo with ungodly reaction time, that's very important for him to get those knockdowns. We are seeing 65% to Dabuz's 16, taking really, really long options to get Luma back, but still maintaining a very, look at that, while he's even being hit, he had still such a dominant play of Luma. This is incredible. A jab combo with a grab will land him at 101%. An up air will be a KO.
Wow, and ZeRo's so brave, actually short hopping over Luma right there. This time he doesn't wait for the air dodge. Instead, he just tries to attack Dabuz, and Dabuz just dares him accordingly. That move is so rough to deal with, especially with the percent that ZeRo has. He can possibly lose game 2 if he gets a little too risky trying to punish the landings of Rosalina.
But unfortunately, he needs to be this risky. It's Sheik. Sheik has to get in, and Rosalina is someone that says, if you're going to come in, if you're going to get in, I have every option to stop you.
True, especially that knowing that Luma has been taking the hits of the needles anyway. Here's the back throw.
Yep. Shying away from the Luma is an absolute genius play by ZeRo, respecting the fact that he will always be there to punish him. Dabuz potentially going for lethal right now.
Okay, he's just going to keep rinsing and repeating, getting a lot of damage. And the forward throw, not quite getting the stock yet. Are we going to see a back air?
And an up air will send him almost to the blast zone, but not quite.
Patient play. ZeRo this time falling back on the needles. He's pushing Dabuz to the edge. Oh, Dabuz presses forward. ZeRo with the brave forward smash. I can't believe it. No stock on. He has the rage too.
So brave. And all he needs is just one back throw.
Okay.
Maneuvering back down to the stage is extremely, again, hard for Rosalina. Forward air, no second jump.
Nice. ZeRo's just waiting out the air dodges.
Another back air will be the stock.
And ZeRo gets up
man.
on his feet.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
That was a really clutch moment. ZeRo had to put himself out there because if he tried to attempt a stage spike as he's done in the past on Final Destination in the previous game, Dabuz is just going to tank it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he's like, all right, this time I'm going to put myself in a position where the moment he's going to initiate his up B, I'm going to hit him.
Yes.
So he put himself out there, got that deep off-stage back air. Now, here's the question I have for you, Sky. Do you even think he would have been able to come back? I mean, oh yeah, it's Sheik. Bouncing fish.
Bouncing fish, up B, prayer, he'll be back. The one thing that I do want to, illuminate here, I think the greatest play of that game was that brave forward smash that changed the tide of the game indefinitely. Without that risk, there was no way that ZeRo was going to close out that game. With that risk, he was able to invade Dabuz's personal space in this game, and with that confidence, I believe allowed him to close out the set, or the game. Yeah. And I think that is just, that's a slept-on thing that happened that I thought was absolutely incredible. But it looks like ZeRo now has mental dominance as he takes Dabuz out of his comfort zone and is now playing exceptionally more aggressive, but Dabuz answering back, gracefully getting back to the stage, and keeping the same level of composure, which is one of Dabuz's talents.
Yep, it's crazy how ZeRo was able to turn it up. As you said, you know, taking risks is what he's going to need to do to win the last game. And right now, it looks like ZeRo's going back to a safer playstyle, waiting to throw Dabuz off when he least expects it. While Dabuz, on the other hand, just trying to play as safe as possible too, not trying to take any risks as, well, a few risks, but you know, calculated risks is what he will be taking
absolutely,
here.
Yeah. It's never going to be just to throw it out and just pray. No, I mean, I know that he understood the risk, and maybe it wasn't as favorable for him, but he did think about it, and that is again the mark of a top player, is someone that knows when to take risks, and that was absolutely the time. And ZeRo is showing us why he has such a dominance in this game. But these games have not been free; they have not been dominant, and it's nice to see how many people are catching up to ZeRo's caliber of play, even while Sheik is still such a dominant character. You know?
Oh, it's true. A lot of times, I remember early 2015 rather, a lot of players, they didn't even say that the characters that ZeRo played were broken. Nice right there, Dabuz. He got the grab release to get the up smash. But instead, a lot of the players said ZeRo was the one that was broken. But now people are singing a different tune. They feel like they can actually beat him. They feel like he is a mortal.
Yes, he has now become more human. Sorry.
Yeah, that would have been.
Can't talk when that's happening.
Another opportunity. Okay, this time you see ZeRo, he's never air dodging whenever he gets hit by that first up air. He's just bouncing fishes his way out of there. Similar to an air dash, tries to get to the other side of the stage, you know, and land safely.
Absolutely. 44% of extra credit. We have seen this before, and ZeRo's come back. But I think Dabuz is ready for these risky opportunities and not going to let ZeRo get away with intimidating him. He's saying, this is my stage, and I have complete control over this match. I feel it.
Did you notice how ZeRo had to basically like switch up his spacing on the fair? Great bouncing fish, of course, to take away that stock. But yeah, he had to alternate the way he, just change up the way he was approaching Dabuz, because Dabuz was just sitting there crouching with the down tilts. Okay, really brave, wow, the dash grab, but Dabuz noticing that ZeRo tried to go behind him again, just like in Final Destination, but this time he turns around and goes for the jab. The adjustments are being made here.
A really, really, really great turnaround, which is, you know, it's difficult for him to just turn around. Okay. And ZeRo needing to relax is trying to get him off the stage, because that is where ZeRo can get the most percent. At this point, that is all ZeRo's trying to do, is get as much extra credit as possible. Forward airing Luma off the stage will KO Luma, putting Dabuz into a precarious position, but he's no stranger to this danger as he's trying very hard to get stage control again, throws him off.
Wicked range right there on that pivot grab. You could see ZeRo does have the stage control, but Luma's back in play. And now, whoa, ZeRo actually just sat there and kept charging his needles. He has to show Dabuz a little bit more respect.
Oh, that was excellent. And that's gonna be game 3. We'll go to Dabuz. Dabuz not popping off at all, just drinking something, standing up. Never mind, you're right. Just to let everybody know, I'm limiting my usage of the word
fiend.
Yes, I have not said it yet, and I'm limiting it to 6 this tournament, as I am always trying to improve my commentary. So, you know, just letting everyone know I will be saving these for when they are appropriate. We are getting right back into game 4. Dabuz is up. No, Dabuz is down a game. It's ZeRo up 2. If you guys are just joining us, these games have all been close. None of them have been convincing, in my opinion. They've all been very, very close. ZeRo opting to counterpick for Battlefield. I believe this is because there isn't much of a place for Dabuz to run and get Luma back. It's all about being in her face, you know?
Yeah. And right now we have Dabuz again, just crouching with Rosalina. And it's interesting too, you know, because when Rosalina crouches, she can move back and forth, right? Just switching up the spacing, throwing off an opponent that wants to opt for an approach, as ZeRo is trying here, and he's messing up. You know, he's hitting Luma. Luma is the decoy, or the Luma shield rather, because it's not a human, so I wouldn't say human shield. But wow.
Oh, excellent use of Luma to be able to interrupt ZeRo's recovery as he's coming back. Another up air, waiting for the air dodge, but ZeRo instead jumps and answers with potentially an air dodge there. So he's mixing up these up airs, or these air dodges, to try to confuse Dabuz, and it was successful in this one venture. And up air.
That shouldn't be the end of a stock though, but good damage, of course. You got to keep racking it up.
ZeRo putting him back in the air without a jump. Having a risky sort of up B, trying to predict an air dodge will give Dabuz leverage to get back onto the stage. A roll and a down smash will cover any option Dabuz thought was scary. Waiting for him by the ledge, trying to go for a grab, realizing he wasn't just going to get up again.
Now, one thing I find really interesting is that ZeRo didn't even go for a short hop backwards neutral air when Dabuz was on the right side of the stage coming back. Usually ZeRo does that so he can cover multiple options.
Oh my god.
All right. This time you see ZeRo just going in. He's attacking the Luma. He's showing no fear. Oh, but these desyncs, man. He's just going to have to either KO Luma or, and here's a strategy. Just push the Dabuz to the corner, fair Luma one time, and Luma will be gone. A dash attack is a good attempt, but Dabuz was not close enough to the edge for there to be enough knockback, you know, for Luma to be gone. Okay? Good DI right there by ZeRo. Off stage. Of course, he's going to go for the edge. Whoa. That trade was definitely not in his favor as he lost the stock. We have Dabuz up again.
Dabuz again. Game 4 is up.
Whoa.
Luma.
Okay.
Luma being able to attack right before she gets KO'd. I have never seen that.
That is crazy. But this time, ZeRo gets the bouncing fish off of the forward throw. Still alive. Dabuz. Oh, brave attempt right there by ZeRo. Okay, air dodging to avoid the Luma, of course.
At this point, Dabuz understands that even though extra credit normally in every other circumstance is just that extra credit, he needs this. This is the final exam, and he wants to pass, so he's trying to get as much percent as he possibly can for extra credit so that he can have a dominating stage control play over ZeRo. A back air will land him to a tech and back on the stage. He has not missed a tech.
Now let me say one reason why I really like Dabuz going for the down B off stage, because he's able to delay the time it takes for him to come back.
Yes.
And it gives more time for Luma to regenerate.
Yes.
To respawn, rather. Yes.
Very important for that to be like a known fact that he's using these tactics to delay him coming back. A nice use of down air, knowing that he would jump up and try to up air or back air. Covered a lot of options there. Getting back to the stage, Dabuz has come such a long way from the kind of campy playstyle that people used to criticize him for. He is now playing in a way that I believe is entertaining. I love this match right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, Dabuz, it's looking like it's just really hard to approach him and even grab him. The man has such great control of Luma. Oh, that looked like a tough position for him as Luma wasn't actually covering him. Nice DI by ZeRo right there, because that one up air could have linked into another one. Luma out of play right here. ZeRo trying to see if he can go behind Dabuz. Dabuz just rolls out of that situation. He says, I don't want to deal with 50-50s. Get me out of here.
Absolutely. I think, you know, 50-50s is one of the most treacherous things about Sheik. And a lot of her options are just that, 50-50s, but shield in between almost broke the shield.
Yep. Fortunately for ZeRo, there's a patch that made projectiles have less block stun, so he was able to get out of there, as Luma does count as a projectile.
What I do love about what just happened is ZeRo had to fight against Dabuz while simultaneously fighting against Luma. A great mastery of his character and understanding of this matchup. But we're not going to count Dabuz out just yet. Once again, he did win the last game, and even though it is a 50% deficit, both players can KO at earlier percents than normal. Given the situation, an up air will send him close to the blast zone, and a forward smash will send him to the blast zone. And Dabuz will casually drink water.
Wow. So right now, Dabuz winning on both tri-platform layout stages.
An unprecedented interruption of ZeRo's flow of I should have just won.
I will have to say that this tournament will be something else if ZeRo and Nairo are both in losers.
Oh, no.
Oh, and Dabuz sitting on the winner's side of Grand Finals. That'll be such a beautiful day right there for Dabuz, I will
have
say.
to just tweet Dabuz because that is out of control. What I am seeing from this man is something that I don't think we have ever seen. This is nothing like the friendly sets. It is true what they say. Dabuz may take friendly seriously, but he is a whole different person in tournament. And this elegant gameplay that he's doing, it is paying off.
I have to say one thing that's really interesting. ZeRo did not go Diddy at all here. Probably noticing that Diddy may have a tough time recovering against Rosalina, right? So, it's just going to stay with Sheik. Sheik has been doing pretty well anyway.
Do you believe that he should have gone Diddy Kong?
I feel like Diddy Kong's recovery is quite questionable. So it's probably for the best that he sticks with the character that can come back on stage. Knowing how Rosalina can just freely intercept, you know, Diddy's B.
I think that for me, I think that a Rosalina and Luma player, I know that what I've been told about this matchup is that it's kind of hard for Sheik to get in, but I think this might be the first time that you're not only playing against Rosalina, you are actually playing against Luma. You are playing against two. A jab combo is going to stop the momentum.
Where's the bouncing fish? It's gone. Okay.
It's going to stop the momentum that he was having in another Luma play. This is just such an incredible match. And I'm curious to see, is the bouncing fish going to take this stock? Using a stalling tactic to get back on the stage. Another tech. But ZeRo was ready to answer if she up-beat. But Dabuz did not up-beat, instead going for a safe, just get on the stage.
Okay, Luma still alive. All right, there it is. Luma out of play here. Opportunity for him to see if he can try to stage spike. A little too late there. No snap back. Too much percentage on Dabuz. So now he's going to have to wait out his recovery. There it is. That was an untackable, as you did not see the shockwave animation when he slammed him into the stage. Beautiful stuff right there by ZeRo.
I think what Dabuz needs right now is he needs to regain composure. I know that he's been working for this. He wants this. I know that Dabuz also isn't the type to let his emotions get to him during the game, but right now I can physically see him, you know, kind of getting out of his chair, getting a little anxious. I hope that he regains his composure because he has every shot to take out ZeRo right now. Game 5 in winners, ZeRo versus Dabuz.
Oh, and Luma is gone yet again, and this time Dabuz not even delaying his recovery. Okay, there it is. He goes for the down B, but of course, to not deal with the needles, he's going to down B again.
Oh,
ZeRo!
And that's it.
All right.
And that's it.
He gets it.
And ZeRo has shown up for work. ZeRo might have been a little late, but he's shown up for work, and he jumps around like an adorable little bear and puts his headphones down. Look how adorable everything he does is.
And the TSM chance.
And TSM could not take the win over CLG, but it looks like they'll take the win over Dabuz today.